Okay, there's no doubt about it. You guys are getting too fast for me. I can't even keep up with who was here first tonight. Lots of stuff to talk about tonight, but let's see. XAM Biker, Evil Rick, Tiger Ward, Radar's in the house. You guys are killing it. Look at how many people watching already tonight. And you're all here before I am. I'm not ready. Hang on. Just about 3 minutes and we're going live with this episode of Shop Talk. Good to have you guys all here in the studio with us Sunday. Getting ready for America's first and favorite two-wheel motorcycle talk and entertainment show, Shop Talk, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Make sure you set your alerts. Tell your friends and neighbors. We're going live with Shop Talk and hi, Annie. Look, Annie's here. Josh Collins in the house with us. Everybody, Nick Hildebrittle, Saltfire, Kieran is in the house. Oh, right on. This is going to be a great show, man. 2.5 minutes. That's enough time for you to get a drink, kick back, relax, and get ready for an episode of Shop Talk. Don't go anywhere. Look, Nick Hildebrittle says he hustled back from the lake house closing to be home in time. That's first world problems, Nick. When you have to hurry back from your lake house for anything. Right on. The world is crazy right now. Robin Higginbottom in the house with us. Steve Broyles, what's up from Detroit? The D-Town representing. Mark Hendricks is in here with us. What's up, Mark? Still got you guys in our prayers and our thoughts, going through everything down there in North Carolina, man. Kieran leaving Wawa. Is that leaving Wawa or leaving Wawa? I don't know. Minute and a half. That's all I could say. Minute and a half. Stick around. It'll get better, I promise. Gary Rayfield, good to see you here, brother. I owe you a phone call. We haven't caught up in a little bit. Right on. So much going on. The studio is crazy. The offices are nuts. We're working on Deadline of the magazine at the same time, getting ready to head to Texas, baby. One of our favorite events of the year, the Lone Star Rally. Our favorite way to end it. Bike show, bike games. Going to be a blast. Get ready. We're coming south. James Patience in the house. So good. Everybody's here. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds. That's enough time for me to tell you guys we're going to pull this one out of the station, get it up onto the tracks, and go live with tonight's episode of Shop Talk. Here we go. Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It's just after 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 8 o'clock here in the Midwest, where we sit high atop Television Hill in the Clockworks Motorcycle Campus in Dennis Kirk's Motorcycle Studio, bringing you another episode of Shop Talk. I'm Chris Callen with Cycle Source Magazine. I'm going to be your host for the next 90 to 120 minutes, all the two-wheel bullshit we can fit, and I'm joined by my illustrious crew.
Hey.
Illustrious.
Howdy.
That's money, baby.
We just lied to these people.
What's shaking, everybody?
You could take that to the bank. So,
hey, Miss Judy.
It's how about Judy is back on with us? Thanks to you, Heather.
I fixed it.
How about that, Mark?
I am the fixer of things.
Heather was blocking Miss Judy from watching the show.
I know. What a shame.
was
It took all this
not.
time for us to convince her to let her mother be back on the show.
You guys shut your dirty mouths.
So we're headed to Texas. Next stop, Lone Star Rally. And I've been waiting to share this with you guys because, we always try to do special trophies for motorcycle shows.
And we
because
always make them ourselves.
it's fun to have something to remember time that you spend with people and in places, and the years go by so fast. So we thought about the fact that if you do anything in Texas that's worth a shit, you get a saddle for it. If it's roping, riding a barrel horse, anything, you get a saddle. That's the trophy.
Or a buckle.
There you go. This year's Texas Bike Show for Lone Star
Oh, they're
Rally,
so cute.
we did saddle trophies, man.
Oh, and the grand champion for our bike games. Oh, I left it in the van as a buckle, is like this big killer, like rodeo buckle. So
listen,
good.
because I'll tell you what, anything that people in Texas don't play games about, it's rodeo.
Nope.
You say rodeo, anything, if it's motorcycle, horse, pig, sheep, rodeo's a rodeo.
Mutton busting.
You're getting carried away now.
No games. They're playing no games.
Hey, it's a very serious thing.
Bagger
Ooh.
says, stop in Kansas City on the way. He'll treat you to some kick-ass barbecue.
Our
Harry.
ass is gonna be on fire on the way there, maybe on the way back.
Maybe on the way back.
We're gonna slide in just in the nick of time.
We might have a side trip to Arizona. We're still trying to see if that works out. We'll see.
Buckle bunnies.
Athena Ransom in the house. Dakota Dawn. I know him. I know Dawn.
I know who you are.
All right, man. So listen, if this is your first time watching Shop Talk, 289 episodes ago, we started this. Where the hell you been? But besides that, welcome to America's first and favorite motorcycle talk show. And what is it? It's 90 to 120 minutes, all the stuff we can scoop up into a show every week, every Sunday night. We bring it to you. It's usually some entertainment. We bring a guest on here and there, and we start the whole thing off with a segment called
Da News.
The Shop Talk World Report is brought to you by Law Tigers. Get the compensation you deserve and get back on the road with Law Tigers.
First up in the news tonight from our own Cycle Source news service, Haas Motorcycle Museum celebrates opening weekend, November 9th through the 10th, 2024. It's going to be right after we're out of Texas, but
I know. I was thinking about calling and asking if we could have a sneak preview.
a sneak preview, a 25,000 square foot show place
Right?
located in
I'm just saying.
Beltwood Parkway, Dallas, Texas. So you guys definitely want to get out and check it out. Anybody that's close enough to get there, maybe we can arrange a little preview, in which case we'll bring you guys some video on that. But this thing promises to be insane. Next up from the dealer news.
Did you see the size of the shop?
I missed that. What?
I said it'd be nice to see it's nice to see one opening instead of closing.
Right.
Right. Yeah, we
Actually,
definitely
and
need
there's
more of
another
that.
one that just opened, Flying G. If it didn't just open, it's opening. So they're coming back. People are building them, and I'm super excited to see that. Super excited.
So this next story comes in from dealers top 50. Yamaha revs your heart. I'm kind of torn about this. So Yamaha's outdoor power equipment division announced it's donated 500 portable generators, the American Red Cross, to support those impacted by Hurricane Helene and Milton. The 500 generators valued at $1 million are a mix of two different brands of theirs. Deliveries to the American Red Cross distribution facility in Greenville, South Carolina began last week. Now this is admirable, and any help is great help, but you almost wish that Yamaha, with the kind of resources that they have, they would have just went community direct. Like a great way for them to do this would have been through their dealer network. You know what I mean? Because if they reached out to their dealer network, their dealers would have known. Their dealers are part of the community, right?
True, but I think it also might have been a little more cumbersome and taken more time to get them where they needed to go, where Red Cross is on the ground, and hopefully have those direct connections more readily available. Maybe.
See, she's just a better person than me,
saying.
Mark.
Everybody's saying Mark's mic is a little soft tonight.
Mark's mic?
Turn him up.
What?
Go ahead, let me hear you, Mark.
So
I gotta yell again?
There you go.
I mean, I'm pretty good at yelling.
there we go. So yeah, either way, it's great that they helped and stepped up and helped those communities. So
Right on.
doesn't matter how they do it, they did it.
Next up in the news, this is from Local 12. Harley-Davidson recalls thousands of top-selling motorcycles. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Harley-Davidson Motorcycle Company has recalled 15,778 motorcycles due to unintended bending of the brake lines during assembly. Agency reported that contact between the brake lines and the fuel tank over time could lead to a breach in the brake lines and a loss of brake fluid in the motorcycles affected by the recall. Down here it states that it's certain 2022 Harley-Davidson FXR ST motorcycles, 22 to 24 certain FXL RST motorcycles, VIN numbers and everything on the press release, and Heather's going to post up for you. Boy, this has been a hard year for Harley-Davidson with recalls, right?
Yeah, super.
I think if
bummer
it's
for them.
front brakes, I mean, they're overrated. So, I mean, who really cares? So,
Before we stray too far from that Yamaha story, I want to give a shout out real quick, and I don't typically single people out, to Hugh Owings.
Oh,
He is-
absolutely.
He is still out there on the ground every day helping as many people in his community and the community surrounding him as possible. And just kudos to him. I can't even imagine the things he's seen and done and dealt with for people, but like as far as I'm concerned, he's a hero.
Hey, we're gonna have some real talk here for a second, because you is a longtime friend of Cycle Source magazine. But I got to tell you something right now. You guys know that we're currently casting the net for nominations for Man of the Year and Bike of the Year and all of that. There is no one in this world right now that deserves to be nominated for that Man of the Year in motorcycling. If you've paid attention to what that young man has done over the last month with everything that's gone on to his community, he has busted his ass. Unbelievable the way he's gone at this. So can't say enough of that. Like, you know, I hope you guys find a way to pass messages along to him, but feel free to, you know, pass a vote along for him to get Man of the Year through Cycle Source this year for sure.
So if you haven't
one
been-
one thing that makes him stand out to me more than anything else is when we brought stuff down there, I reached out to him and asked him what he needed. He told me a few things that he wanted, and I said, hey, Hugh, anything that you want specifically, or, you know, your family or whatever that you're craving, you can't get your hands on. And his reply was, all I want to do is help these people in this community. Like, to say that, to pass on anything, I could have brought him anything. All he wanted to do is help those people out, and, you know, got to spend some time with them. And again, I have some video, was going to let it cool down for him for a minute before we, you know, jammed that at him. But, yeah, what an amazing person. You know, when we were with him, the emotion that was coming from him the whole time was heart-wrenching, but then absolutely awesome to see what he's doing for those people in his community.
Well, and this is something Brian's been bringing up every day here on the Clock campus. You know, it's easy when the TV cameras are in town. Everybody's there because everybody wants to be part of the hoopla and in front of the cameras. But as the cameras go away, which means weeks into any situation
a lot
like
of the
this,
resources go away.
the
too.
resources go with it, and that's where things start to get hard. So now is really the time, man, to reach out and try to stay involved.
He posted today those big water containers that we get to keep the ground moist at Smokeout. That's the only drinkable water that the community has, is they have a couple of those that they can get water from. That's what they're living off of right now. And the fact that he's doing everything he can to keep those full and to make sure anybody has any resources available. And he's Hugh. He's Hugh from Hugh's Hand Built. So if you aren't aware of what he's doing, I posted a link to his Instagram. Give him a follow, reach out. I know he's still, like, if you send him money, he goes directly and he buys 5, 6, 7, 10 generators, and he gets them to
And
people
extension cords
who need them, and extension cords, and he's fixing generators, and he's cutting down trees, and it's very humbling to watch what he's doing. So
we need to send him some front end parts for his van.
For his
Okay.
You hear
van.
that story?
No.
Yeah, the day after we were there, I texted him on the way back. I'm like, hey, man, how's it going? Everything good? He said, yeah, got some cookies, wrecked my van, kept going. He's just one of the most down-to-earth, funnest, kindest people you ever meet anywhere. And it was like, ate cookies, wrecked van, shit needs done, kept on moving,
He's the best, dude. He really is. So
I didn't mean to derail that.
No, please. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we want to do here, right? Like, if you can't take 5 minutes out of your life and say thank you to somebody, then how you living.
Right. And again, his wife is a psychologist that goes and helps these people get through that also. So, it's a team effort between those two. I didn't know that. Yeah. And it's amazing what those two are doing for that community. Maybe they ought to be couple of the year, you know?
Yeah.
So this next news piece could actually fall under batshit crazy news a little bit. I mean, rich people are just crazy. They are. So Daniel Craig sells his 007 Triumph motorcycles for a record sum, gives the money away. That's admirable, until you find out the name of the charity. What was the charity?
The Royal National Lifeboat Institution.
Okay.
Which I should have done my due diligence and found out what the Royal National Lifeboat Institution was.
Maybe it's real shit.
But no, I think it's something similar, and I'll look, but I do believe it's something similar to our Coast Guard, because they do use it for water rescues and things like that. But you two talk amongst yourselves.
Leave it to Heather. Leave it to Heather to spin this and make it. Now I feel bad. I feel bad because I'm making fun of the rich guy.
Why don't you do something useful and play a feature bike or something
how about
while
that?
I find out what the Royal National Lifeguard Institute is?
So last week we told you that we had an incredible trip down to Lynchburg, Tennessee, where we visited with Jack Daniels. We learned so much stuff and spent an entire week there learning about Jack Daniels, learning about their annual contest for barbecue that they do called the Jack. We got so much information that we turned it into a 40-minute program on Grease and Gears TV. But we started thinking about it, and we've been a whole season into Grease and Gears TV, and a lot of you guys still don't know what this is really. So we put it out on YouTube, this one episode of a brand new series called Destinations. We put on YouTube for you guys to check out, and we're going to show you a little bit of it here before we go to commercial break. When we come back on the other side, we have our guest coming in, Mr. Tyler Malinky from Lowbrow, and that's going to be a fantastic interview, so you don't want to miss that. Stick around. You're watching Shop Talk here in the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. Let's go learn about Jack. In the storied history of the United States of America, there are very few companies that have as much documented history as a little Tennessee whiskey that calls Lynchburg, Tennessee its home. That company still does business today, over 150 years later, under the name of its founder, Mr. Jack Daniel. The state of Tennessee considers this the Lincoln County process, but most people call it charcoal mellowing.
The three ingredients that make Old No. 7 are the same today that they have always been. 80% corn, 12% barley, and 8% rye. That blend is mixed with water from the hollow, a little bit of starter yeast from a previous batch, and allowed to ferment for a full 6 days. Once ready, their patented mash is single distilled in a large copper still into unaged whiskey. When it reaches 140 proof, the clear whiskey travels drop by drop through 10-foot charcoal vats. The process takes 3 to 5 days to complete, but at the bottom, the whiskey remains clear. This is where another one of the crucial ingredients comes into play, the barrel.
Now, Jack's barrels are made with only one ingredient that actually touches the whiskey, and that's American white oak.
It takes 33 individual wooden staves to make a single barrel. Once a master barrel maker assembles them, their interior is charred with fire. At this point, the barrels are filled with some 53 gallons of product and taken to a barrel house. Jack Daniels has over 100 barrel houses around Lynchburg that are used to age their whiskey. Through natural environmental effects, the barrels expand and contract, forcing the sugars from the wood into the whiskey and producing both the flavor profile and the reddish golden color of the final product.
Now, these handcrafted barrels are used one time and one time only. After that, they're emptied and repurposed for a variety of other products, sometimes even rocking chairs. Between the charcoal mellowing and the barrel process, the cost of producing Jack Daniel's whiskey is much higher than its competitors. But at the company, they believe this is one of the reasons why Old Number 7 continues to be the #1 whiskey in the world.
Everything we do at the track shapes what we build for the street and the dirt.
You can see how bad these guys want it. A race to the line.
For us, racing is not for the trophies or the glory. We compete because it makes everything we do faster, more durable, and tested to a higher standard. For S&S, racing is the ultimate in proven performance, and we've been proving it since 1958.
Oh, nice. Paul Yaffe product, huh?
Yeah, man, so excited.
Got a new build?
I do. It's. Aren't you Paul Yaffe?
No, I've never met the guy. But I do know you can get all of his products at DennisKirk.com.
There you go.
Just me? Awesome. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Listen to Not Paul Yaffe. Get all your Bagger Nation products right now at DennisKirk.com.
I'm Nick Trask, Trask Performance, and you're watching ShopTalk.
Clockworks, where innovation meets style. Clockworks specializes in high-quality windshields, fenders,